Can men become women?
Can a man become a woman?
Yeah. Can a man become a woman?
Miss
Yes
Mays,
or no? Can a man become a woman? Yes or no?
I'm asking you, does defunding the police make our communities more or less safe? And you won't give me a straight answer.
You believe that cracking down on crime is racist, correct?
Okay, so you're against cleaning up crime in D.C.
What you guys are about to see in this video is very disturbing. It's very sad, but most importantly, it's very dangerous for the future of this country. This is exactly why I speak out against DEI. When the woke liberals hire solely based on race, gender, or orientation, everybody pays the price, including us conservatives. So that's why it is imperative for us to fight back. Imperative, that's a nice word. I'm gonna use this word more often. That's why it is imperative for us to fight back. Kamala Harris was a DEI hire, and the results speak for themselves. Unprotected border for 4 years, millions of illegal migrants pouring into this country. I mean, you name it. DEI hires have consequences. And this video proves it.
We have some questions for you on the meanings of some of the curious terms we have found in the DC Code. My first question for Mayor Bowser, it's yes or no. The DC Code makes numerous references to, quote, structural or institutional racism. Do you believe the DC government is structurally or institutionally racist? Yes or no? Yes or no? Is DC government racist, institutionally racist? Yes or no? All right, you can't answer the question. So my next question for Mayor Bowser, since you're going to sit there and placate or just be quiet, in Section 7-1234.02 of DC Code, you use the phrase child welfare involved birthing people. Child welfare involved birthing people. Can you explain to me what this means?
I'm not that familiar with that part of the code.
Okay, and so you don't know. In Section 7-1234-02 of DC Code, you use the phrase justice involved incarcerated and homeless birthing people and their non-birthing partners. Can you explain to this committee what that means?
Again, I would have to see
You
the
don't
whole
know.
section.
You're literally the mayor of DC, and you don't know your own code of laws.
Well, I don't know
All right,
them
one thing we
verbatim.
noticed the DC Code struggles to define is the term woman. So Mayor Bowser, what is a woman?
I'm a woman. Are you a woman?
100%.
Okay.
100%.
I'm a woman. You're looking at one.
She did not answer the question. She said, you're looking at one, I'm a woman. But what is a woman? But let's talk about birthing people. The liberals gone too wild. They gone too wild. They are not even able to say women. They say birthing people. Because some of them actually believe men can get pregnant.
In Section 3-703 of the DC Code, you use the phrase, the intersectionality of gender and race to create unique dynamics and effects. Can you explain what this means to the committee?
Where is that, ma'am?
Section 3-703 of the DC Code. Do you know what that means? No,
could
you
you give
don't
me
know
the
what that means. So
title of
Chapter 14D of the DC Code establishes
Mr.
the
Chairman,
commission.
I'm happy to answer questions.
Mr.
but
Chairman, I'm going to
can't-
reclaim my time. This is not her time, it's my time. You can be quiet as I ask you questions, and then you can
recognizes
answer them.
Ms.
And then you can
If
answer
you
them.
would give,
I'm not, Mr. Chairman, this is my time, not hers. I'd like to reclaim my time.
let's make good use of the time, Ms.
Chair
Mays.
I'm making very good
Chair
use of my
recognizes
time.
Ms.
There
Mays.
And you're
is-
Ms. Mays
making
has
my
the
point.
floor.
You're the mayor of DC, and you don't even know your own code of laws. What is a birthing person?
I would assume it's someone who gives birth.
All right. Why don't you use, are these women, are these moms? Do you think it's appropriate to call them birthing person? Can a man birth a person?
Well,
Be a
that's
birthing
what
person?
I would call it, but I don't write all the laws, and I'm not familiar with every
Can
section.
men get pregnant?
No.
Can men become women?
Can a man become a woman?
Yeah. Can a man become a
you're-
woman?
Miss
Yes
Mays,
or no? Can a man become a woman? Yes or no?
Miss Mays, I'm not
Okay,
here to
my
talk
next
about
question, chapter.
What's happening to this country? How did she get elected? The person responsible for the safety of a city cannot answer a basic question as, can a man get pregnant? Can a man get pregnant?
Chapter 14D of the DC Code establishes the Commission on Reparations and a reparations fund to provide eligible African Americans monetary reparations or other forms of redress. Is it the position of DC government benefits should be provided to individuals on the basis of race?
I believe that the legislation requires a study.
Okay, I'm asking you, is it the position of the DC government that government benefits should be provided on the basis of race?
If you're
is the
referring to
question.
that legislation, I believe it requires a study.
Okay, I'm asking you a question. Do you believe that government benefits should be given out on the basis of race? That is the question. This is the third time I'm asking.
We have any number of benefits programs, and eligibility is
Okay.
established.
You're not answering
per-
any of these
per program.
questions. I'll give it to you. You're slick. In Section 2-1383 of the DC Code, you use the phrase social value of the LGBTQ community business economy to the district. Can you explain what this means to the committee?
It means that LGBT businesses provide economic benefit to the district's economy.
Do you think all businesses provide economic benefit to the DC economy?
They should, or they would be out of business.
Yeah, of course.
You've been mayor for about 10 years, right?
Yes,
Okay. And during that time, would you describe DC as a safe city?
yes.
You would.
Listen, Mr. Gill, and it was brought up earlier by the Congresswoman from
The murder
Detroit.
rate in Washington, D.C. is the fourth highest of any city in the
I
country.
have-
Would you
I have
describe that as a
heard-
safe
I
city?
have heard every statistic and factoid, and they're all different, about where
Are you
our city.
disputing
No,
that Washington, D.C. is the fourth highest murder rate in the country?
I'm not familiar with that
You're
statistic.
not familiar with that
What I know,
statistic.
Mr.
This is your
Gill,
city.
Mr. Gill,
Respectfully,
excuse
this
me.
is your city.
Respectfully, I know that we have driven our murder rate down.
What was the
over-
homicide rate in 2014 before you were elected?
I don't know.
Do you know how much the homicide rate has changed during your 10 years, Mayor?
I do.
How much?
It has gone up.
It's gone up
and
by
it is
about
going
70%.
down.
It's gone up by about 70% from
I don't think that's
2014 to
correct.
2020.
Wow. It gone up, and this is the result of a DEI hire. While the crime rates are going up, what is the mayor doing? She's reducing the amount of police officers in the streets. She's taking out from the city budget to give to black people. She's taking out from the city budget to give to LGBT. And the mayor is saying this is safe. It's safe for you, mayor, because you have 70 police officers with you everywhere you go. But I'm sure the residents of DC would have a different opinion. I'm sure the people that visit DC would have a different opinion.
Do you know how carjackings have trended during your time in office?
I know that they have gone down.
They're up over 500% since from 2014 to 2024. That's not a safe city. I don't think any person would call that a safe city. We'll move on. Do you agree that defunding the police makes our communities less safe, don't you?
This is what I want to say.
It's a straightforward question. You're not going to filibuster. Do you think that defunding the police makes our communities less safe?
What I know is that people have moved here. People have sent their kids here. People have started businesses here. We have record.
Does
we have
defunding the
record
police make our
visitation,
communities
and
more
so
or less safe?
those are the indications
defunding the police
of
make
a
our
city
communities
where
more or
people
less
want
safe?
to live, work, and
You
visit.
won't even back your own police department
You-
right now.
you-
I'm
clear-
asking you, does defunding the police make our communities more or less safe? And you won't give me a straight answer.
I've already answered that today.
And why don't you tell me again, do you think that defunding the police makes our communities more or less safe?
I've never defunded the police, nor would I.
You don't you think it makes our communities less safe, is that correct?
I just told you, I've never defunded the police, and
I
I never would.
understand that. You know, you may not have defunded the police, and that's a good thing, but you did provide a $125,000 grant to an organization lobbying to defund the police. Are you aware of that?
What is that you just raised?
It's an organization called HIPS that you provided just this year, fiscal year 2025, a $125,000 grant to.
I
This
think
is
we
them
funded
lobbying
them to
defund the
do public
police.
health work.
Quote, "It's time we shifted to a society free of police and systems of incarceration."
Do these people use common sense, or are they on a mission to destroy this country? I don't get it.
Does this make our communities more healthful?
We
By defunding our police?
fund them for public
Do you
health.
think defunding our police and lobbying to defund our police and undermine local
I've
law
answered that
enforcement
question.
makes our communities more safe?
I've answered
more
that
helpful?
question.
Do you think that providing tax dollars to an organization who wants to defund our police is good for the residents of Washington, D.C.?
We wouldn't fund them for that purpose. We would
But you
fund them.
funded them, and you chose to give them money. You gave them hard-working tax dollars to an organization that wants to defund the police.
We fund them for public health.
Do you think that giving housing, free housing to illegal aliens is an appropriate use of tax dollars?
We think if it keeps people off the streets, then we have to keep people off the streets.
You agree with giving your residents tax dollars and using them to give subsidized housing for illegal aliens?
But Mr. Gill, we also didn't agree with the governor of Texas or Arizona busing people, tricking
So
them
you-
to come to our city.
And it's
We
not,
didn't
not
agree with that
surprising to me
either.
because you're also funding NGOs that support free housing for illegal aliens.
And I hope you
And they're
would
lobbying
agree
for
that
You're
other
using tax
governors
dollars
shouldn't
to provide-
send
to
people on
provide
buses
NGOs
that don't
are
have any
lobbying to
housing
give
to our
free-
city.
Free housing for illegal aliens in your city.
I keep asking the same question. How do these people get elected?
Madam Mayor, I appreciate you being here today, and I have a few questions for you. Do you believe in regard to crime, DC City Council is moving the district in the right direction or wrong direction?
The city council and I are
Right or
working.
wrong direction?
We're moving in the right direction.
Now, okay. Why in 2023 did you veto the council's updates to the criminal code to eliminate most mandatory minimum sentences, reduce mandatory maximum penalties, and allow jury trials for misdemeanors?
Well, I made clear at the time my objections to the rewrite of the criminal code. The criminal code does
your
need to be
objection was this
updated.
bill does not make us safer. Is that correct?
That's what I believe.
When you give criminals incentives to commit crime, guess what's going to happen? Criminals are going to commit crimes and commit more crime.
You oppose National Guard deployments in Washington, D.C. However, since President Trump deployed the National Guard in D.C., violent crime has dropped nearly 50%.
Well, Ms. Boebert, may I?
One moment. I'll
Okay.
give you a chance to respond. Since President Trump deployed the National Guard in D.C., violent crime has dropped nearly 50%. Property crimes like burglary, vehicle theft dropped about 25%. And carjacking saw a dramatic 28% decline compared to the same period in 2024. Will you admit, Mayor Bowser, that President Trump bringing in the National Guard has helped clean up this district? And if not, why have you let them stay here indefinitely?
What I have said is that the increase in federal law enforcement, National Guard is not law enforcement.
You've allowed them to stay here indefinitely, though.
The president controls the DC National Guard, and he purports to control the guards from other states.
Have you asked him to remove them?
Yes.
And you would be in favor of that? Do you think that crime would increase once again?
Ms. Boebert, I put in place a mayor's order that is a framework for how DC government will work with our federal partners.
Yes, ma'am.
And they include the FBI, the DEA, the ATF,
Yes, ma'am.
U.S.
Sorry, my time
Capitol
is short.
Police,
I don't mean to step
as
over
well
you.
as the United States Secret Service.
I want to keep this respectful with you, and I don't mean to
Yes.
step over you. One more question, Mayor Bowser. Is cracking down on crime racist, as many of your Democrat colleagues have suggested?
Our police department
Yes
has
or no,
been
is it racist, ma'am?
not in D.C.
Thank you, ma'am. Chairman Mendelson, you believe that cracking down on crime is racist, correct? No? Is that not what you said? You said bringing in large numbers of federal or National Guard troops can escalate tensions, particularly in minority neighborhoods. You also stated that federal deployments can disrupt daily life, disproportionately affect minority communities, and exacerbate racial tensions. So,
Are you asking about the National Guard or law enforcement?
I said federal or National Guard troops.
I do
And
think that
we've seen police presence decrease under this council, and funding be redirected. So
That's false.
I really don't care to hear
That is
how
false.
pro-police you are, because I've seen those numbers decrease over the years and funding be stripped. And so with the National
we have
Guard,
not stripped funding in 4 years.
it has happened, and
Not
crime
in
has
4
increased.
years. What has happened in
Chairman
4 years
Mendelson,
is that
if I
we've
may,
not been reimbursed
so the
$83
federal
million by the
deployments
federal
can
government for
disrupt these
police.
things, and you said that they can exacerbate racial tensions. So is it racist to bring in,
Militarization is oppressive
Is it
to
racist?
neighborhoods.
Chairman?
No.
No. Okay, so are you redacting your statement?
So I've got a simple question for you. Mayor Bowser, do you prioritize criminals or the victims?
I prioritize law-abiding DC residents, visitors, and workers.
So that would be law-abiding citizens and victims. Do you support the police, Mayor Bowser?
Yes.
Mr. Mendelson, do you prioritize criminals or victims of criminals?
I believe in swift and certain justice. And
No,
if
I asked you
somebody has committed
either
a
one.
crime-
Victims of criminals, of crime, or the criminals themselves. Which one do you prioritize?
As I understand the question, victims.
Victims. Do you support the police, Mr. Mendelson?
Absolutely.
Okay, Mr. Schwab, I'll ask you the same questions.
Unfortunately, hurt people. So sometimes victims are victims one day and
So
our
you
perpetrators
prioritize the
next day.
criminals, is that what you're saying, over victims of crime?
I prioritize making up my city as safe as it can possibly be.
I'll take that as criminals. Do you support police, Mr. Schwab?
Of course, we work very closely with MPD every day.
Mr. Jackson, the same questions for you.
Definitely prioritize victims, and I stand with the 24 states that are suing the Trump administration for withholding $1 billion in victim service funds.
It's because President Trump knows you guys gonna waste that money, give that money away to nonprofits so you can get your kickbacks, right?
So, okay, so you're against cleaning up crime in D.C. Thank you for that. I've got an article here. The D.C. Police Union is the biggest cheerleader of Trump's D.C. police takeover. So the police here in the district support the efforts and the help from the president. However, I've got a quote here from Mr. Mendelson. You call the union celebrating Trump's takeover just despicable. You literally attack the police in your statements. You're calling
That's not correct.
the union supporting the president and the National Guard here, helping them every day on the streets. You're quoted as saying that's just despicable.
You're taking that out of context. I criticized the president of the FOP because he...
Really attack the police in your statements. You're calling
That's not correct.
the union supporting the president and the National Guard here, helping them every day on the streets. You're quoted as saying that's just despicable.
At the end of the day, woke leadership fails every time. From DEI nonsense to crime wave in the streets. I mean, at this point, I don't know if all these Democrats mayors are having a race to see who's gonna get to the bottom first, but it's just ridiculous for you to have a city with high crime rates and your actions are just pure nonsensical. You are reducing the amount of police officers you have in the streets while your crime rates are going high. Your crime rates are going up. Like, make it make sense. You are taking money away from the police department to give to nonprofits that are working to defund the police. Make it make sense. Anyway, guys, as always, thanks for watching. If you have not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button as I continue to bring more, but most importantly, better content and call out all the nonsense, call out all the PG-13, all the nonsense from the woke liberals. At the end of the day, guys, we have to get together, us conservatives, us Republicans. We have to come together and fight. We have to fight or very organized. We have to vote. We have to vote early. We have to do everything we can to keep those Democrats away because they are on a mission. I believe some of them are on a mission to destroy this great nation. But God is good. God is good. God is not going to let this happen. And that's why President Trump won the election, because God knew what Kamala was going to do to this country if she got her way. Anyway, again, as always, thanks for watching. Leave a comment, let me know what you think. And I see you guys in the next video. And of course, may God bless you. And may God bless this great nation, the United States of America.